So I'm a botanist, an ethnobotanist, and an herbalist. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to harvest the leaves of Indigofera, suffruticosa indigo, and make beautiful hand-dyed clothes. I have to give a shout out to Nora Luce. She's in this video and she's the one that came over and taught me, and we're sharing it with you. If you like this content, please hit subscribe, leave a comment, hit like, show us some love. All right, let's get started. So the first step to making an ice bath with indigo is to harvest her leaves. And here is Nora harvesting. She's being very mindful because there are seeds on indigo right now. So we'll save these seeds so we can share with students. But anyhow, we harvested about 6 to 7 branches, small branches, to make enough dye for 5 to 7 pieces of clothing. So we didn't have a lot of clothing and a lot of the pieces were small. I'll show you. So you got to have an indigo plant, and I bet you could purchase the seeds online. The second step is to remove her leaves from the stem. So we destemmed all of the indigo, and you'll see how much we have in the end. This is a fun part of the process. So this is how many leaves that I had after I destemmed them to dye this skirt and a couple silk scarves. So the second step that you need to do is you need to make an ice bath. And so you want to get some ice cold water, okay, and enough to submerge whatever you're dyeing. Then you want to add the plant material and you want to start working it. You want to get the plant phytochemicals out that produce the dye. So Nora was showing me that you can use your hands and you can work with the material, work with the plant material and get the color out. And this is a very organic method, but your hands will get freezing. So the other thing that you can do is you can use a mortar and pestle like I am here, and that is a lot of fun because you're able to see the beautiful green yellowish color come out when you squeeze the plant material. So here I'm just picking it up in my hand and then I'm squeezing it out. And this was allowing me to see the color because, believe it or not, this was the first time I had ever done this. So it was very helpful for me to work with it in my hands, see the color, and I love that. I also like the blender too, of course, because that's fast and easy. But I think the mortar and pestle is a lot of fun. So you just want to get your water the darkest green, most beautiful color you can and work with it and practice, experiment yourself, right? That's part of the fun. Let's talk about different types of fabric. So the ice bath method, in my opinion, works best on animal fibers, silk, and wool. Linen also works really well, which is a plant fiber from flax, and cotton too. So I was really thankful that Nora brought over different types of fabric. The cotton is a really light blue. You'll see at the end the different hues of the different types of fabric, which is really cool. So I recommend getting a couple different pieces, and you can see here this one is a piece of silk my daughter had that had Sharpie or like paint on it, so that was an easy one just to grab. So just go around your house and see what you can get, different types of fabric, and play around. You want to let your fabric sit in the ice bath for at least 25 to 40 minutes. And so here Nora had pulled this out and took a picture because it had been about 20 minutes and she pulled it out. And once the oxygen hits the fabric with the dye, it starts to oxidize and it goes from that green yellow color to the blue that you're seeking, right? And so here you can see it's reached the color that we wanted. I let it sit in there. We let it sit in there for about 40 minutes. And you'll see how it turned out after we rinsed it off. So here's the fabric after we were done, and here is Nora, and she's holding up the linen, which is the frayed piece of fabric, and then also the silk. and you can see the different colors. So depending on your fabric, you're gonna get different hues of blue. After you're done, you have to rinse that plant material off, and then you hang dry it in the sun for it to dry. I will tell you this, that you can strain the plant material out before you submerge the fabric. And that probably would be easier, but it's fine too if you leave the leafy material in. The next time I do it, I'll probably make sure that the color is a beautiful dark green, yellow color, then I'll strain the leaves out and put the fabric in. That would be easier. And then you just dry it out in the sun, and that's it. It's so easy and so much fun, so I hope you give it a try. Check us out on social media. We're at Yohola Herbal School and Critical Ritual. So here you can see the beautiful blue color of the skirt. And I'll have to tell you, I've already worn it once, but I'm going to wear it way more now that it's this beautiful blue denim color. And then there are the scarves and the linen and the indigo leaves, so super fun. And here's the scarf. You can see that it's this beautiful turquoise green color. How cool was that? I told Nora if I could take a dye sabbatical, I would. If I could just take a month and practice and play around with dyes, because there's so many plants that I work with, and I'll read how they'll make a purple dye or a brown dye or yellow, but I never have the time to play around. And so being able to work with indigo is such a blessing because blue happens to be my favorite color. If you love this video, hit subscribe, Yohola Herbal School. And I have a course open right now, Botanical Medicine Movement, that focuses predominantly on wild herbs. So my strength as a botanist and an ethnobotanist is medical botany. So teaching people plant families. And so this course is amazing if you're a plant person. If you're an herbalist and you want to go deeper and you want to work with wild herbs, this is a course for you. And I hope you like this, and I hope you really give it a try. Grow some indigo, do some dyeing, tag Yohola Herbal School if you do. All right, peace.